Hi everyone, it's Diana and I am currently 8 weeks and 4 days pregnant. The last time I updated you guys, I was probably like around 4, almost 5 weeks, and a lot has happened since then. Well, I'm going to start off by saying that people weren't kidding when they said that when they say that no pregnancy is ever the same. And I don't know why, I just assumed this pregnancy would just be just like the one I had with Jackson and then the one I had previously, or before Jackson. Both those pregnancies, while they certainly weren't easy peasy, but they weren't difficult pregnancies. Of course, the first one towards the end, of course, was difficult, but Jackson's pregnancy was overall good. I mean, I didn't have much sickness other than really in the beginning, and that lasted probably like a week, if that. But oh my God, this pregnancy has been completely different. And I'm gonna start with the nausea. Like, I couldn't believe how nauseous I was feeling. Like, I was just praying to God that it went away just the same way it went away with Jackson after a week. And it didn't. It was getting worse, to the point where I couldn't smell any food, I couldn't eat anything. Everything I ate came right back up. And I mean, while some say it's a good thing because it just means that, you know, the pregnancy's that much, I don't know, stronger or whatever, you're producing more hormones, I was just miserable and I wanted nothing to do with it. Like, it's so hard to be running around after a toddler when you're feeling so sick all the time. Another thing was, with the nausea, I just felt like my stomach would hurt so badly, and I didn't know that, like, you would experience those things. I thought that pregnancy, like, yeah, you would get nauseous and sometimes you would puke, but it was like my stomach was just hurting bad, like to the point where I thought maybe I had a stomach bug. Another thing that I was getting was, what was it? Cramps. Now, probably not long after I last updated you guys, I ended up in the ER because they kept monitoring my HCG level and it was doubling accordingly. However, I was getting sharp pains on my left side, and they wanted to make sure that it wasn't an ectopic pregnancy. And I mean, of course, so did I. So when I went into the ER, because my doctor had sent me there since it was the holiday weekend, she said, you know, just go over there, have them draw your blood, and let them know how you're feeling so we could just take it from there. I let them know, and they did the blood thing, came back normal, they did the ultrasound, and at that point it was still too early to determine, because the yolk sac, there was a yolk sac, but there was no yolk or fetal pole inside of it. So, and I mean, same thing was with Jackson. At that point, like at 5 weeks, 2 days, there was still nothing in the sac. So, I mean, I was a little bit disappointed, but it was expected. But I mean, overall, I was glad that there was a sac there. And I mean, it could have been worse. They didn't see anything in the tubes. I was sent home to go back a week later, see what, you know, came about, and a week later I went in for an ultrasound, and they in fact saw the sac with the egg yolk and the fetal pole, and the heart rate of like, it was like 99, or it was 100 beats per minute at 6 weeks. Sorry, I was just hearing weird noises. Anyway. Or the kids that got out of school. My neighbor's kids. Anyway. So they sent me to go back a week later at 7 weeks to make sure that the heart rate was increasing accordingly. And I went in 7 weeks exactly. And the heart rate did increase to 146 beats per minute. Awesome. Like, I was so excited to see little Bean in there. It looked like a little piece of chicken. That's the best way to describe it. Like the little chicken wings and the little chicken legs. Because it doesn't look like a baby at all at that point. I wish I had the ultrasound here, but it's up in Jackson's nursery and I do not want to wake that child up right now. What else? So yeah, I mean, that has been it. I went in for my, oh, before I move on, they found a fibroid again. I don't know if you guys have seen my previous pregnancy vlogs, but I had a fibroid with Jackson. They found one again and I wasn't really surprised. But when I went in for my appointment at at 8 weeks, yeah, at 8 weeks, I kept telling the doctor, like, I am having, by the way, I see an MFM, I don't see a regular OB. Yeah, I kept telling her, like, I am constantly cramping, and I don't know if this is normal. I'm not bleeding, although I did have a scare at like 5-ish weeks. I spotted for like 4 hours, and that was it. I'm not bleeding other than that. There's nothing else that would indicate anything scary, but I'm constantly having lower abdominal cramps. And she was like, let me take a look and see what's going on. So she took a quick look, and in fact she found 2 fibroids. So she's like, this is probably why you're cramping. So she just told me take some Tylenol, and just, I mean, if it gets worse, or I mean, if the Tylenol isn't working for you, just give me a call and I guess we'll take it from there. But yeah, it was crazy to see that I had more than 1 fibroid. Now I have 2, which probably explains all of the cramping. I don't know. But another thing is my stomach is growing a whole lot faster this time around, which is probably why I'm having even more cramping, because like my uterus is just stretching a lot more and a lot faster. It's getting a lot harder to hide this pregnancy this time around than it was with Jackson. Yeah, I weigh the same. I weighed myself, or they weighed me at the doctor's office when I went in, and I weigh 150. Yeah, I don't have my measuring tape just yet, and I mean, it's not that crazy big of a difference right now, but yeah, everything else is going good. Jackson, though, we haven't told family and friends that we were pregnant yet. I have one cousin, actually 2 cousins, I found out through YouTube, and they're, you know, keeping quiet until we announce it, and we're planning on announcing it when we do our NT scan. After that, I'll be about 12 weeks exactly. So I think like at that point I feel a little bit more comfortable letting like close family and friends know that we are expecting. And but Jackson already knows, and he's constantly saying baby, baby, and he'll like lift my shirt up and give my tummy kisses, and he's constantly like about to blow my spot in front of family members. My sister was here the other day and he kept like pointing at my stomach saying baby, and I'm like, Jackson, where's your belly button? Like just really trying to redirect his train of thought, because I was about to be exposed by Jackson. Yeah, that's pretty much it for now. Not much has changed other than the sickness, and I'm looking forward to the NT scan. I know a lot of people say, oh no, it's, you know, ridiculous to do that because the chances of getting false, you know, positive for Down syndrome is high, whatnot. I just like it simply because it's like another chance to see the baby. When it actually looks like a baby. I've had ultrasounds before where it's just like my uterus and my uterine lining and a sac and a little chicken. But now I actually get to see, you know, really what looks like a baby. So I'm excited about that. So yeah, I will keep you guys posted on any new events, but as of right now, everything is pretty normal. Yeah, my birthday's coming up, and hopefully I could do something before then. Let me show you guys my belly, so you guys can see how much it has grown, and like I cannot believe like all of this bloat that I have going on. All right. So this is my belly at 8.5 weeks pregnant. 8 weeks and 4 days. My shirt, this side. See the stretch marks that Jackson left me. So much bloat. I just keep thinking, if I thought I was big with Jackson, I'm gonna be ginormous with this baby. Hopefully not, but we shall see. Alright guys, bye.